Have you ever heard of American heroes who risked their lives for freedom, yet came home to closed doors and silence just because of their color? Imagine fighting the enemy abroad and still battling hate at home. This is the true buried story of the Harlem Hellfighters, black soldiers so brave, fearless, and loyal that even the world's fiercest armies respected them. But their own country tried to erase their legacy. Stick with me, because each minute will show you the kind of real heroism that history books left out. Picture America in 1917. The nation is nervous as World War I explodes in Europe, and every corner of the country is buzzing about the draft. In Harlem and beyond, black families huddle over dinner, the fathers and sons determined to serve, even as neighbors warn, America only wants us when they're desperate. Still, more than 350,000 black men step forward. They march, they volunteer, and they believe deep in their hearts that risking their lives might finally mean being treated as Americans. But their courage meets a wall. White officers refuse to give black soldiers weapons. Let them dig ditches and haul supplies, the orders say. Some folks scoff. They can't be trusted in combat. These men, proud and able, are handed shovels, not rifles. In the camps, rumors swirl about their supposed weaknesses, but instead of bringing them down, every insult becomes fuel. Each training night, inside chilly tents, brothers promise, "We'll go, we'll fight, and nobody will deny us again." From the vibrant streets of Harlem, leaders organize the 15th New York National Guard, soon known by a name that would echo into history: the Harlem Hellfighters. Their families crowd stoops in Harlem, sending them off with tight hugs and proud tears. As the war heats up, these men train endlessly, refusing to let hate define them. They see themselves not just as soldiers, but as a beacon for every child told, "You're not good enough." Their motto is simple: prove them wrong. But the enemy is closer than they think. While training in the Deep South, they face ridicule and danger, not from the Germans, but from white neighbors and even some officers. At every stop, there are stares, threats, and sometimes worse. But shared hardship builds trust. The men break bread after drill and talk about changing how America sees black men. Their secret weapon? Refusing to let hate turn them bitter. It only makes them brothers. It's a blow when, after all that training, the U.S. Army hands them off to French command, not to reward bravery, but to keep black soldiers away from white troops. It's humiliating. Uniforms, badges, even their flag are stripped. American officers actually give the French a memo warning: don't treat these men as equals. The French, shocked, shake their heads. "We judge men by courage, not color," a French captain tells the Hellfighters. With new rifles and a chip on their shoulders, the unit prepares to enter hell. The French do not hold back. They send the Hellfighters straight to their bloodiest trench, with bombs exploding day and night, mud thick as glue, and enough rats to keep you up until dawn. At first, nerves shake, but soon the unit adapts, learning every trick to survive. They're shoulder to shoulder with Senegalese and Moroccan soldiers, realizing that courage isn't bound by race or skin. The 369th begins to lose count of the days in combat. Some wonder if they'll ever see home. Yet not one man asks to leave. No other U.S. unit in WW2 saw more action. For 191 straight days, the Hellfighters held their post, through snow, poison gas, hunger, and sleepless terror. When Germans tried to overrun their trench, they fought as one, refusing to retreat even an inch. French officers send word home: "These Americans are the bravest we've seen." German soldiers begin to fear their tenacity, calling them the Black Devils. The Hellfighters prove themselves unbeatable, shattering every racist myth thrown at them. Their legend is sealed on a single brutal night. Privates Henry Johnson and Needham Roberts stand guard. Suddenly, a dozen German raiders burst from the shadows. Bullets fly. Grenades explode. Roberts is hit. Johnson's rifle jams. Outnumbered, Johnson grabs a knife and charges forward, slashing, punching, and finally driving off the enemy. Even wounded, he drags his friend to safety. In the morning, the ground is littered with German casualties. Johnson bleeds from more than 20 wounds, but stands tall. For the French, he's a hero. For America, he's barely a headline. The French are so impressed they parade the Hellfighters through Paris, pinning medals to their uniforms. But when the men finally sail home, it's different. New York's black neighborhoods throw their own parade, but the country at large responds with silence. No presidential handshakes, no national awards. In newspapers meant for white readers, these victors disappear. Johnson, like many, struggles to find work. His scars seen as shame, not pride. It hurts more than any enemy's bullet. For decades, the story of the Harlem Hellfighters is buried, but truth, like hope, is hard to kill. Historians dig up records. Families keep memories alive. In 2015, Henry Johnson finally receives the Medal of Honor, but the fight for fairness isn't over. The Hellfighters story reminds every American. Real heroism isn't about skin color, and justice delayed is injustice still. Their courage demands to be remembered, retold, and honored, so history never forgets what was nearly lost. If this story touched your heart or opened your eyes, hit like, share, and comment your thoughts. Stories like this teach us why every voice and every fight for respect truly matters. Never let the world forget the Harlem Hellfighters, because sometimes the bravest battles happen when the world is looking away.